Welcome, welcome everyone. We are starting in a minute.
Yeah. Ganun. Video వచ్చా?
Okay, so we are getting started. So for today we had the book, which is A Course in Miracles. So that's what we will be reviewing today. And then the healing session is the self-worth healing session that we are going to do. And then silent mantra meditation, and we will be manifesting through quantum jumping technique today. So that's our schedule. And today, A Course in Miracles. I hope some of you have read it. And the book is all about overcoming fear and stepping into true love. And the book itself is said to be authored by Jesus Christ. But what that is basically, okay, so this book is not the actual A Course in Miracles, which A Course in Miracles itself is like a healing modality all by itself, which is something that you can learn, which consists of 3 books, 3 volume of books, and it is like a 1-year course. But this book is just like a summary version or an implementation version, basically like how you can take this beautiful modality and implement it in your life. So that's what this book is about. And the author of this book is not the author of the actual modality, which is A Course in Miracles. So the actual A Course in Miracles was actually written by Dr. Helen, and it was basically, she was channeling this, and it is said that she channeled this from Jesus Christ. So that's the whole history and background about this whole amazing journey that they have taken through, which is basically helping us moving away from fear and stepping into love. And of course, Jesus Christ is said and known for the whole forgiveness, right? And I see him as a spiritual leader who came here to teach us a lot of beautiful lessons. I personally, I don't have a particular religion that I follow. I tend, at least at this time in my life, I tend to take all lessons that all of these beautiful spiritual leaders, whether it is Buddha or Jesus or Krishna or Shiva, you name them. So I call them all spiritual leaders who have taught beautiful lessons, and there is something that we can learn from everyone. So that's my take on that. So let's step into what this is, even though it is being said that, you know, the channeling from Jesus Christ, the book doesn't have anything in it which goes into the religion of Christianity. It has amazing lessons from Buddhism and all other various Jewish and all of the various different, you know, so-called religions. So just to let you know, this has nothing to do with Christianity. The religion, Christianity, has nothing to do with this. Okay, so A Course in Miracles is a self-study system of spiritual awakening that teaches the way to inner peace and healing through the power of love and forgiveness. So that's the one-line statement of what the whole A Course in Miracles is all about. And usually said as ACIM is the short form of A Course in Miracles. So here is a beautiful story that describes what ACM can actually do in your life. So the story is Cliff Clean, an avid ACIM student, was watching television in the living room of his Brooklyn apartment. He heard a strange noise in the bedroom. He rose to investigate and found a burglar creeping in from the fire escape. When the intruder saw Cliff, he turned and began to flee. Wait, Cliff called to him. You don't have to run. I'll help you if I can. Stunned, the burglar stopped and slowly stepped back into the room. Cliff asked him what was going on in his life that had made him turn to stealing. The fellow told him that he had been fired from his job and lost his girlfriend. He felt powerless and angry and didn't know how he was going to pay his rent. Cliff invited the fellow to sit down and offered him a cup of coffee. Then he gave the young man some words of encouragement and handed him some cash, saying, "Come back if you want to talk some more." The fellow thanked Cliff and departed through the front door. You have just read the cheat sheet summary of the entire course in Miracles. So that's like, this is a beautiful story which caught my attention, and this is right in the first chapter of the story of the book. So when I read this story, I was like, can I ever be so gracious to a burglar who enters into my house? But that was beautiful because, first of all, we have to understand from our human mind, we have been programmed with the flight or fight response. And obviously, when you suddenly see somebody entering into your house, it's our instinctive brain that gets activated, and obviously, that fear steps in. So it was so beautiful to see how a student of ACIM has learned to overcome that fight or flight response that comes through fear. So the whole fight or flight response is in our basic programming. And I think it needs for us a lot of practice to overcome that kind of fear, which is like embedded, imprinted in our conscious, subconscious, unconscious mind throughout our whole body, right? When we touch a fire, for example, our body has that fight or flight response. So it is so much inbuilt into our human creation that I think it takes a lot of practice for us to step out from that imprint of fear that we are built in, and to have love in that kind of situation when you see a burglar entering into your house. So that was a fantastic story, and it opened me up to think, one can behave like this as well. There is possibilities for us to show love to our enemies, to even to a thief who wants to visit our house. All right, so moral of the story. Every moment the course offers us a choice between fear and love. When Cliff Clean encountered that robber, the scenario could have taken 100 different directions, mostly dark. But when Cliff chose to view that situation as a call for love rather than an attack, he created an entirely different outcome than he would have generated if he had acted from fear. Miracles are the natural outcome of choosing love. So that's the essence of this whole ACIM is all about, helping us step out from our act of fear and helping us step into the love that we are. Life seems overwhelming when we face an endless stream of perplexing choices. How will I connect with my life partner? Should I stay married or leave? How am I going to pay this month's bills? How do I deal with my annoying relatives? How do I stay healthy? And on and on and on. Every day we are met with so many different questions that we are fighting ourselves with. Yet behind all of these apparent choices, the only real choice is between fear and love. Fear hurts and love heals. The fearful mind spins a web of complexity that makes the hardships of the world seem inescapable. ACIM tells us that life does not have to be hard, and the world that fear has fabricated is entirely escapable. So through a lot of different healing modalities and so much that I've learned, this statement of fear is just an illusion comes back over and over again. But we ourselves, even though it's easier said than done, right? It's easy for us to say that, oh, fear is an illusion, fear is just a fabrication, just step out of fear and step into love. But to actually implement that in our lives, especially in such, normal day-to-day life activities, is a challenge. So, and that's why ACIM is a 1-year course where you will be reading these 3 volume of books, and you will be implementing. I expect, I haven't read it, but I expect after reading this book, I'm expecting ACIM has a lot of exercises which it calls as workbook. And each of these exercises, it's like as of a Bible. Every day morning you will have what you need to do on that day, for example, and you will be following those exercises and you will be implementing that. And at the end of the 1-year course that you're doing, it's a self-study course. It's not really a course where you join, but there are ACIM groups, that study groups that you can join and kind of do it along with other people. But it's really a self-study course. All it has is this 3 volumes of book that you will be reading, you will be implementing it in your life. And at the end of the course, you should have kind of overcome that fear and living in that true love. Boil every choice down to what heals versus what hurts. Answer fear with love and you will find the peace you seek. So all of those questions that comes up in our lives, in our day-to-day lives, the book says how we make decisions for each of those questions that life throws upon us is by choosing love versus fear. When you're taking a decision, ask yourself, am I making this decision out of fear, that fear of judgment, fear of success, fear of failure, right? Fear is like embedded very, very deep, has its root deep into our decisions. So it's about us asking ourselves the question of, why am I choosing this particular decision? Is it out of fear, or am I choosing it out of love? So the more we start questioning ourselves, the easier for us to choose the path of love. And here is amazing story. So I wanted to have the whole story. That's why I have taken the screenshot from the book. A shaggy duck story. This is a different lesson altogether. When I lived, I meaning the author of this book, when I lived in an organic, by the way, the author of this book is an ACIM student. He is not the author of the ACIM, just so you know. When I lived in an organic farming community, one morning I sat on the porch of the bunkhouse watching members walk across a grassy area to the dining hall. Beside the path, Pete the duck sat and quacked at people as they walked by. A professional singer was the first to pass by, and Pete that morning, upon hearing him, she stopped and told him, how nice of you to sing me a morning song. So basically, you can imagine the scenario where a duck is sitting and just quacking, and there is this first person who's going through there, and he was a singer. And when this duck was quacking, he took it, he imagined it as if the duck was singing to him. Next here, the next woman along the path was rather overweight. When she heard Pete quack in her direction, she scolded him. You are always quacking for more food, Pete. It's time you stuck to your diet. So all this is telling us is how different people are seeing themselves in the things around them. So the second lady, who was a little overweight, she saw this duck who was quacking, and she thought that the duck is quacking for food, and the woman is saying it's better you stick to your diet. The final person to pass was a very intellectual architect. Hearing Pete's voice, he retorted questions. Pete always questions. How about some answers for a change? So he was an intellectual architect. Each person saw Pete through the lens of his or her own self-perception. They projected their worldview onto the duck and attributed those beliefs about themselves to him. It was their own selves they were talking to. We are all speaking only to our own self. I love the story, and the lesson that the story teaches is so huge. It's not just the duck. Every single member of your family, every teacher, and I love the I don't know. Okay, I thought I had another screenshot of the next page, but anyways, so you are talking to yourself, whether it is your family members or those enemies that you have, those betrayers that you have. You are projecting your own beliefs onto others, and you are hearing their words, which is basically a projection of what's going inside of you. So this story is such an amazing uh, description that can tell us about this whole how we are projecting our thoughts onto others. Authority figurines, one of the most prevalent projection errors is the projection of authority onto external sources. You believe there are people and groups outside of you that have power over you: spouse, parents, landlords, neighbors, bosses, corporations, governments, and religions, to name a few. There are no external sources. The source of your experience with those others is your mind. And the key to healing projection. So, the antidote to projection, ACIM explains, is extension. Extension means that we recognize godly attributes within ourselves and we extend them to enfold the world we perceive outside of us. Extension is similar to projection in that we are taking something inside ourselves and seeing it outside. But in extension, we are not fabricating a separation between ourselves and what we see. So there is this huge difference that the book teaches us, that is between the projection versus extension. What if we can see others as an extension of ourselves? In that way, it's much easier for us to see, okay, where is this coming from? Rather than looking at somebody else and telling, okay, this person is cheating me, this person is betraying me, this person is, trying to fight against me, whatever it is. What if we see that person as an extension of ourselves? And then it's so easy for us not to be in the victim mode and accuse somebody else. Rather, we can point fingers on ourselves and see, okay, what in me is creating this kind of issue in my life? So that's easy when we take it as an extension. Everything in this whole world, what if it's an extension of ourselves? ACIM urges us to take back our projections and affirm our extensions. I am not a separate person writing this book to you or for you. You have written this book to and for yourself through me. I am the agent you have enlisted to remind you of what you already know. Now, even this statement of helping us remember all of the information that we are learning is also something that I've heard a lot of different spiritual leaders say. So as this particular statement says, what if the book that you are reading is not written by the author? What if it was written by you just for you to remember all of this information? So that statement there was nicely put. And this is how the author of ACIM as well says that the book came through her, but it was coming from God, is what she says. This is a totally different story from a different chapter altogether. And I love this story as well. God has memory issues. A story is told about a woman named Maria who was reputed to speak with Jesus regularly. A sour old priest heard about Maria and sought to discredit her. He went to Maria and told her, I heard that you talked to Jesus. That's right. Then the next time you talk to Jesus, would you ask him, what was the sin I committed when I was in the seminary? I will ask him, Maria replied. Come back in a week and I'll tell you what he said. The priest departed, smug that he had foiled the impostor's ruse. Yes. A week later, the priest returned and asked Maria, "Did you speak with Jesus this week?" "Yes, I did." "Did you ask him what was the sin I committed when I was in the seminary?" "I did." "And what did Jesus say?" The priest sat back, arms crossed. He said, "I forgot." God has no memory of our sins because he was never aware of them in the first place. God does not forgive because he never has condemned. Forgiveness is required only by those who have condemned. If condemnation has not entered your consciousness, forgiveness is meaningless and unnecessary. The Course describes forgiveness as the final illusion that undoes all the illusions that preceded it. If we wish to be like God and experience the deep soul satisfaction that godly beings enjoy, we need to sharpen our forgetting skills. So, this was such an amazing story for us all to remember that it is we who hold on to these past memories, whether it is the memories of we making mistakes or somebody else making mistakes to us. And of course, from Christianity, there is this whole sins word which repeats a lot. So we consider it as our sins or sins that somebody else did to us. So this story tells us that it's better that we forget, and it's important that we sharpen our forgetting skills until we hold on to these past, betraying scenes. It's gonna help us keep going down. So again, the story says it all. There is no record of you making any mistakes in the God's book, so to speak. The God has already forgotten it, and God has memory issues. It's better we have the same memory issues as well. All right, so inner peace is your strongest platform to create global transformation. Mahatma Gandhi, Martin Luther King Jr., and Mother Teresa never made evil their enemy. They didn't fight people. Instead, they made a stand for kindness and equality and subsequently advanced society in ways that angry people could never achieve. For them, peace was not simply the goal, peace was the road to all worthy goals. All right, so give me a second. All right, I think I have one more story for you here. It might not be a story. Okay, so this is how the book gives us a suggestion how we can reverse our pain or illness that we have created in our body. And the book also says about how each different illness that we have in our body is just our emotional unforgiveness that is the result why we have health issues. But anyways, so instead of blaming people you believe have hurt you, give them credit for helping you. They are not devils but angels. There must be something you sincerely appreciate about this person. It's your movie, change the script. So this is another way that the book suggests that we can turn all of this pain that we have gone through in the past and see our betrayers or somebody whom we have resent towards, how we can change that. And I applied this, and it was a very beautiful technique, so I wanted to share this with you. Now, okay, so consider how has this person, whoever you have resentment towards, consider how has this person helped you to grow. Have you learned to hold your power and self-esteem in the presence of attempted insult? Do you now speak your truth more quickly and directly? Are you now asking for what you want instead of passively deferring? Consider the man in ancient Greece who paid a fellow the equivalent of $100 a day to follow him around and insult him, so the recipient could grow beyond insult. It is said, an insult is a boon to a sage. So you can be grateful that that your personal betrayer, so to speak, hasn't sent you an invoice for the services rendered. So I think I have one other screenshot, so let me finish this as well. You have a soul contract with your adversary to help you advance spiritually. He is your dear friend who has agreed to wear the costume of enemy to motivate you to reclaim your power. Pay less attention to their act on stage and sit with them in the dressing room after the show, sipping a glass of wine together and laughing about the night's performance. You will never gain by blaming others for your loss. You will always gain by honoring others for their contribution. This reversal of perspective is the most helpful shift in perception you will ever achieve. And there was one other thing I wanted to, maybe I don't have a screenshot for it. So there were two ways in which the book suggested that we can reverse all of this pain that we might have gone through in our past due to the so-called betrayers of our life. Every single one of us have at least one or two people, more, whom we have anger towards, whom we have resentment towards, who has done something wrong to us. So the first way was, the first way was to think about the positives that this person has instead of the negatives. Now, as I said, I implemented this kind of mindset, this kind of perception, and it really helped me. I had one or two people in my life whom I had this resentment and anger towards. And after I read this book, it helped me take a totally new perspective. I started seeing the positives of this person rather than the one negative that this person had done towards me. Of course, if you want me to write 10 different positive characteristics of this person whom I might call as the betrayer of my life, of course I can write it, because every single one of us, regardless of how bad and cruel a person might look like, every one of us born as humans on earth have our own strengths or positives, so to speak. So the person whom I call as the betrayer had so many positives, and I actually liked this person a lot when I started off, as when I met this person for the first time. And I was really um, I was I was surprised with so many beautiful, good qualities that this person had. But then later, 6 months, 1 year down the line, there was something that happened that triggered, and I have never spoken to this person again. But even though I tried to do all sorts of healing, forgiveness, you name it, I have done it all. But still, I was able to see my mind repeating the same dialogue of, oh, that day this person did this to me, that day this person did this to me, right? So after reading this book, and of course I did another healing session for me to let go of all of this mind chatter, but this book also gave me that kind of new perspective. What if I can focus on this 10 beautiful positive qualities that this person has, and give love to this person for all of those 10 positive qualities that this person has, rather than focusing on that one thing that this person did which hurted me, right? So that was an amazing way. And now I kind of practice myself every time I see this person, every time this person comes in my mind. I remind myself of these 10 positive qualities that this person has, and how the person is actually doing good to the society and to the world that he is in. So this is actually, it's like as if reprogramming our own minds, because our mind has this tendency to get stuck in this one thing that hurted us, right? So I think it is us taking back our control and reprogramming our own minds by teaching our mind how to think. So it's about teaching our minds, these are the positive thoughts that you can think about this person. Yes, this person did this one thing wrong to you. You're not going to think about it anymore. You have to think only these 10 qualities that this person has. So it's us taking control of our own minds and teaching ourselves how to think, what kind of thoughts are allowed and what thoughts are not allowed in our mind. Okay, moving on. So this is who is the author of A Course in Miracles. The author of A Course in Miracles identifies himself as Jesus Christ, the voice that dictated the Course, makes many references to events in the life of Christ as recorded in the New Testament, including the crucifixion and resurrection, describing the experiences as his own. Dr. Helen, who meticulously recorded the wisdom she received, never claimed that she was the author of the Course. So as you can see, the Course was actually written by Dr. Helen, but she was basically channeling Jesus Christ, but she would rather want to say that the author of ACIM is Jesus Christ. All right. So this is the last screenshot I have for you here. A whole new purpose. So instead you are here, get peace. Be yourself and find people to love. Okay. You thought you were here to get stuff, prove yourself, and find people to love you. Instead, you are here to get peace, be yourself, and find people to love. You thought you were here to fix the world. Instead, you are here to appreciate what is before you and see the world through your new eyes. Ultimately, teaching and learning are one. You cannot teach without learning, and you cannot learn without teaching. When you teach only love, you learn only love. So the book actually has a whole chapter which is teaching only love. So this is kind of the summary of that chapter. All right, so then you graduate from the School of Illusion and accept the diploma of inner peace, the real degree we are all here to attain. In your life, okay, I'm skipping these things. Your purpose is far more profound than you have been taught, and the route to your destiny is far simpler. You are here to transform the world by changing your thoughts about the world and who you are in it. You are a loving being living in a universe founded in love. Remember but this, and you will master the only lesson you are here to learn. Then you will teach it constantly without even trying. Teach only love, for that is what you are. So that is kind of the last lesson for us here. So it actually gives us a whole new purpose for our lives. And I really love this statement which says, then you graduate from the School of Illusion and accept your diploma of inner peace, the real degree that we are all here to attain. So that was a fantastic statement for us to remember, that we are studying in a School of Illusion and we are here to get our diploma in inner peace. The more we remember the course that we are doing in the School of Illusion, the easier for us to reach and earn that degree that we are here to learn. And again, you are not here to fix the world. Instead, you are here to transform the world by changing your thoughts about the world and who you are in it. So changing ourselves is the goal that we are here to achieve. You are a loving being living in a universe founded in love. Remember but this, and you will master the only lesson you are here to learn. So this is what the whole A Course in Miracles, as I said, it's a 1-year course that you will be doing if you want to pursue. And you will be, so even though it is said as a 1-year course, the author of this book says that it is never something that you learn 1 year and you're done with it, because once you start learning it, you will keep learning it throughout your lifetime and you will keep applying it in your life, is what the author says. You are done with the course when you are free of fear, you are at peace with yourself, you see everyone and everything as God, and all you experience is love. So when you reach that state, that's when you will be done with the course, is what the book says. Okay, so that's the beautiful review. As I said, it's a whole new healing modality by itself, and it's a self-study course, so to speak. So if at all you're interested, actually the 3 volumes, I think it was showed as some 37 hours of content in the audiobook. So that's the true ACIM book. This particular book is just giving us a glimpse of what is in the actual book. All right, so today's silent mantra meditation is clean. And this is the seed mantra for the principle of attraction. It helps us attract the object of our desires. And as you chant the mantra clean, the power of your focus upon the desired condition becomes more intense. So the power of you attracting the objects of your desire will become intense as we repeat the mantra clean. All right, so next week we have the magic of believing. For the past 2 weeks, this whole concept of trust, which is the unconditional trust in the universe, unconditional trust in myself, has been a theme that I had been going through in my personal life. So this book kind of goes hand in hand with that, and a lot more lessons that we are going to learn next week about the magic of believing, and how just by using this whole thing called belief or trust can actually create the life that we want. So that's where we are going next week. Okay, so we are done. We will start with our healing session. You can drink some water. Okay, get comfortable and close your eyes. So today's topic is self-worth. For healing, we will also focus on letting go of fear and realigning ourselves with love, and how we can apply love in everything that we are doing in our lives, whether we are cooking or we are doing our laundry or we are sitting in our business, chatting with our clients, healing our clients. Regardless of what it is that we do in our lives, how can we apply love into everything that we do? Taking a deep breath and letting all of that information come down from our conscious into subconscious, and slowly coming down into our hearts, focusing in our heart. And imagine this beautiful star of light right in the center of your heart. See the shining bright, the star, the true star that you are. Spotless, authentic, pure, and clean. And see how bright the star shines. And slowly expand this beautiful star like a ball of light. And keep expanding it outside of your body. Expand it throughout the building. And see all the physical objects transforming into pure white light. And see it, visualize it, imagine it, and see how beautiful it looks like, how beautiful you truly are. See everything around you, and see the true beauty of our world, the true beauty of our earth.
Everything else is just a false illusion that our human eyes creates. And expand this beautiful light throughout the country that you are in. See the plants and the birds and the mountains and the oceans turning into pure white light. See how you are one with everything, and see how everything is just an extension of you. And see how every human on earth turning into this white light becomes an extension of you. When we see from this lens of love, there are no enemies. There are no betrayers. There is none that we can resent. For if we resent, it just shows us that we are resenting ourselves. Because there is nothing outside of you. You are everything, and everything resides inside you. And expand your beautiful consciousness throughout this planet Earth. And tell yourself, I'm ready to forgive. I'm ready to forgive myself for everyone outside of me whom I have resented. I see that it's just me. And I'm ready to forgive everyone, for I now realize it is all me. And expand now, even bigger, out of the planet Earth, out of all the planets and galaxies, and out of this whole universe, and into the seventh plane of unconditional love, for there exists no end to this beautiful creation. And see the door to the seventh plane opening up into this white light of unconditional love. And see this liquid light flowing into your physical body. And see the shower of light and feel this unconditional love touching your skin, entering into your brain, into your eyes, into your body, into your heart, and down through your legs, flowing down into the earth. And clean yourself, cleanse yourself, cleansing yourself of all anger and resentment, cleansing yourself of all fear that you had been living with, cleansing yourself of all guilt and shame and embarrassment that you have felt in this lifetime and all your past lifetimes. And tell yourself, I'm ready. I'm ready to let go. I'm ready to let go of all the resentment and anger and hatred, the fear, the guilt, the shame, and the embarrassment. For none of those are true. And I'm ready to step into the truth, the only truth, which is love. And expand. And let's now walk into this beautiful healing temple in the seventh plane. You will see it as a beautiful crystal, white crystal dome. And it looks circular in shape as you enter in. It's a huge circular room. It looks as if it is made out of clouds. And it feels as if you are walking into love. And all you can feel is just unconditional love. And what is unconditional love? Love that has no conditions attached. Regardless of you believe that you are good or bad, right or wrong, there is no judgment in this pure unconditional love. Everything is right and everything is good. Walk around this beautiful healing temple, and every time you enter in, you will see different things. Allow your intuition, your pineal gland, your third eye to show you what exists in this beautiful healing temple. You will see alchemy symbols, beautiful different crystals. You will see wonderful flowers and spirit animals and guides and angels and gods and goddesses. You might see your guide, your spirit guide, your guardian angel, for they are always with you. When you are open to see them, they show themselves to you. And now we are sitting in the center, in circular shape, all of us holding our hands right and left, and taking a deep breath. I'm calling forth on our spirit animals, all of our spirit guides and angels, gods and goddesses, all the divine beings, ascended masters, everyone who would like to contribute to our healing today. And I'm inviting my personal guides and angels. And I'm asking all guides and angels to send us the highest and the best healing possible at this time. and opening ourselves to receive their blessings, to receive their healing, to receive the gifts that they have for us, the gifts of change, the gifts of love, the gifts of success, the gifts of abundance, the gifts of prosperity, the gifts of forgiveness. See the top of your head, your crown chakra, opening up to receive these beautiful blessings, and see this beautiful unconditional love and healing entering in, and anything and everything that you are ready to release at this time in your path of soul journey, all the lessons that you have learned and you are now ready to let go of all the heavy energies that are holding you back, the negative emotions, the negative patterns that reruns in your life. Declare, for you have the power to let go of it by just letting the universe know that you are ready to let go of it. Take back your true power and not waiting for things to happen. I declare to the universe that I am ready to let go of my negative patterns, and I am ready to step into my true power, into my true love. And see the negative and heavy energies leaving your energy field, for you have commanded it to be released. That is all it was needed. For you are powerful. You have just forgotten how to use your power. All it takes is for you to remember yourself and your true power. We are now invoking the violet flame of transmutation and transformation, and you will see this beautiful violet flame right in the center of the circle. See it expand throughout this healing temple, throughout the healing temple until the top of the temple, and see yourself surrounded by this violet flame inside your body, outside of your body, touching your skin, entering in through every single cell in your body. And allow this violet flame. See it, sense it, visualize it around your body and inside your body. Your visualization helps you let go of even more. So make sure you are engaging your visualization power. And see it touching your skin. Going through your energy field. Take a look at your energy field. What color does it look like? What are the different patterns you can see in your energy field? And what among these are holding you back at this time in your life? And all the dark energies and heavy energies in your energy field that you are ready to let go at this time. Let's uncreate, delete, and restore it across all time, dimension, space, and realities. and offering these to the violet flame. And we are now invoking all the anger, all the resentment. And look within your energy field. Where is this anger and resentment? Hidden in your energy field, in your body. And allow it to come up and expand. What color does it look like? If there is a color to this anger and resentment, what color would it be? You will see it in different colors. I see it as dark red in color. Each one of us might see it in different colors. And now I want you to expand this anger and resentment. Even though you might feel that you have this resentment and anger is towards others. In truth, this is the anger and resentment that you hold towards yourself. For there is nobody else outside of you. So now expand this anger and resentment as huge and wide and big as possible. And I want you to feel love in your heart. Feel the love for this anger, for this has been teaching you, helping you. And this part of you that is holding on to this anger and resentment wants to teach you something. Are you open to learn it? Are you open to receive this amazing gift of this lesson that this anger wants to gift you? Are you ready to learn the lesson of compassion, the lesson of forgiveness, and the lesson of love? And everyone in this lifetime that you have resented in past or that you are resenting right now, I want you to imagine all of them in front of you as if they are standing right inside of your energy field. And how does that make you feel, seeing the faces of these people? Everyone that you have resented in the past and that you are resenting now. Everyone that you have felt any anger towards, any hatred, any revenge. Yes, it takes courage to forgive. For forgiveness comes from the divine self within you. It doesn't come from the human self. Are you ready to step into your divine self? Are you now ready to thank all of these amazing souls who accepted your request to play this betrayer role in your life, to play this villain role in your life, to play this enemy role in your life? for they were your best friends who accepted to help you learn the lesson of compassion, forgiveness, and love. How much gratitude can you show them? For there were no other souls who could help you learn these lessons. And step into your divine self, your higher self, and feel the divinity in you. And open your heart of love, of forgiveness, of compassion. I am now calling forth on this beautiful ascended master, guide, and beautiful angel, Jesus Christ, for he is the best, for us to have this forgiveness. And feel his presence in this beautiful healing temple. Are you now ready to receive this energy of forgiveness? Are you now ready to learn from him this beautiful forgiveness? Are you ready to receive this healing of forgiveness? Forgiveness for yourself and forgiveness to all of these beautiful souls. And see the energy of forgiveness coming from his heart to your heart. And allow yourself to receive these blessings, this healing with no judgment, for he doesn't judge you. Letting go of all religious limitations that we might have put around us. For there is no truth in these limitations. And feel that forgiveness and see that energy of forgiveness going from your heart to all the souls whom you have resented in the past. And all the resentment, all the anger, all the betrayal, all the emotional pain and trauma and guilt and shame that you have gone through throughout this lifetime, you now have the opportunity to erase it all. Are you willing? And are you ready to erase it off once and for all? If you say yes, feel this forgiveness coming out of your heart. The true forgiveness, unconditional forgiveness. There's no conditions attached and not expecting anything in return from these souls. There is no if. If this person does this to me, I can forgive. That's the condition. And there is no condition here. It's unconditional forgiveness. And forgiveness doesn't mean you are accepting the mistakes that they have done. You are just forgetting the mistakes. For it doesn't do you any good to hold on to them. If they haven't done these mistakes towards you, how will you ever get the chance to learn forgiveness? And now I want you to see all the positive qualities. Yes, you can list 100 different negative attributes about these people, but is there one positive quality that you can find in all of these souls, these human characters? And are you ready to love them for that one positive reason? Everywhere that you have felt anger and resentment in this lifetime and in all of your previous lifetimes, all the patterns that is following you from the previous lifetimes, past lifetimes, all the contracts that you have with these souls that is making these patterns of betrayal, of hurt, of pain, of trauma. Let's now cancel and delete and finish and complete it once and for all, now until eternity. You don't have to choose to go through pain and trauma to learn your lessons. Are you ready to allow ease and grace and glory and love and joy? And are you now ready to learn your lessons with ease and grace? For you don't have to choose pain to learn your lessons. Repeat within you, I now choose to learn my lessons with ease and grace and love. I choose to let go of all pain and trauma. And I choose not to learn my lessons through pain, but to learn my lessons through love. And all contracts and agreements and all judgments that I have towards the soul, I complete and cancel it here right now. For this doesn't serve me any longer. I have learned my lessons. Take a deep breath and see and allow these beautiful souls to go back to light and source. See them all leaving your space, sending them with love and gratitude for all that they have done to help you. And now feel the forgiveness for yourself. Are you ready to forgive yourself for all the anger and resentment that you had been holding on to for such a long time? Are you ready to forgive yourself for all your sins and mistakes and failures that you have projected towards yourself? And if there is a color to forgiveness, what does it look like? And feel that in your heart and expand it. Expand it like a beautiful ball of light throughout your energy field. I'm asking the source light to download you with, I know how it feels like to forgive myself and forgive everyone. I know how it feels like to be an embodiment of forgiveness. I love to forgive, and I am forgiveness. I embrace forgiveness. I bring forgiveness into every cell and molecule in my body. I bless myself with forgiveness, and I bless everyone with this forgiveness. Let this forgiveness pass through me to every human on earth as I walk on this planet, and let others receive this forgiveness from me so they can forgive themselves. And now, are you ready to see your true value, your true worthiness, your self-worth? For today, you have increased your self-worth by forgiving. How much value do you give to this amazing quality of forgiveness that you have in you now? What is your true self-worth? What is the value that you give to yourself? Yes, the world taught you to value yourself less. And where does this worth, the self-worth, come from? Does it come from the money that you have in your bank account? Does it come from the grades that you got in your childhood, schooling? Where does your true worth come from? Does it come from all the so-called failures that you have had in your life? How do you compare yourself with others? And where do you judge yourself not being worthy as others? I want you to see this beautiful screen opening up in front of you. The movie of your self-worth. And in this movie now, you can see yourself born into this beautiful planet Earth. The day that when you were born as this beautiful baby in the hands of your mother, what is the value of this child? What is the worthiness of this child? Where did this baby, this child come from? And who is this beautiful baby? Who decides the worthiness of this child? If you look deeply into the beautiful sparkling eyes of this baby, you can see the God, the creator, the source, however you want to call it as. If there is a price tag on this baby, what number will it show? For there is no one number that this baby can have, for it is an infinite, multidimensional being, and the value is infinite, and no other number can ever represent the true value of this beautiful kid, for it is the divine. And see yourself in the mirror right now. And how come your value has reduced from when you were born? How come your failures decide your value? And how come the money in your bank account decide your value? Is there any difference between the kid and this grown-up adult that you are right now? Yes, there is difference. For you have learned so many lessons. For you have grown spiritually so much. So do you see that your value can only increase day by day, every day, whether you define the days as failures or success? And see the same sparkling eyes and see the divine within, for shining even brighter and with so much wisdom and glory. And I want you to see yourself turning into your higher self, the true divine being that you are. And what is your value now? Has it changed? Has it increased? How come? Just because your human eyes doesn't show you your higher self, your true divine self, doesn't mean you are different, doesn't mean that you are separate from this divine self that you are. This is your true representation. This is your truth, for you are this divine God. And are you ready to accept your pricelessness, your infinite value? Are you ready to appreciate all the skills and talents that you have got? Everything that you have learned throughout this lifetime. All the skills that you have got, all the certifications, all the schooling that you did, all the books you read, all the teachers that you learned from, all the talents and gifts that you were born with. And look inside your heart in the mirror, and you will see these beautiful qualities of love and compassion and forgiveness and joy and happiness. Are you ready to value yourself for these amazing qualities that you have got? I am asking the source to download you with. I know to see myself from divine perspective. I know how it feels like to value myself for all that I am. I know how it feels like to be worthy and deserving of all the abundance that this universe has for me. I know I am truly priceless, and I know I am truly of infinite value. And yes, my bank account doesn't show my true value, because I haven't monetized my skills. And I know how it feels like to monetize my skills and talents and gifts and abilities that I'm blessed with, that I am born with. And I know how it feels like to monetize my skills. I know how it feels like to value my skills and abilities and gifts and talents. And I now understand that all of these skills and abilities are for me to monetize it. And it is my duty and responsibility to monetize, to use these skills, to share my skills and abilities and gifts with others. And that's how I monetize my skills. I'm ready for the universe to show me infinite possibilities for me to monetize my skills. I'm ready and open to welcome all the new possibilities, new changes and shifts in my career and in my profession that helps me monetize my skills even better, that helps me use my skills, all my skills, in the best and efficient way possible. And I'm open to all the magic and miracles that this universe can gift me to help me monetize my skills. I want you to see your true bank account, which is not your physical bank account, but your true bank account that actually shows your true value. And you might see million or billion dollars in it because that's your true worth. You are the divine, born onto earth as human, and you are worthy of making millions and millions and billions of dollars or pounds or whatever currency you follow. And you do that by monetizing your gifts that you are born with. There is no need for certifications. It's just proof for our human minds. For the truth of who you are is that you are born with these gifts and talents. And this lifetime might not be enough for you to monetize your gifts. And declare to the universe, universe, I'm ready to monetize my skills. Show me all my gifts and talents and show me how I can monetize it even better. For I know I deserve success and abundance in my life. I know I am worthy to live an abundant life that I truly desire. And I am worthy of my dream life. Taking a deep breath, and anything and everything that doesn't allow you to step into this new life, let's uncreate, delete, and restore it across all time, dimension, space, and realities. And sitting in this beautiful violet flame, we will now do the silent mantra meditation for a few minutes. You will be repeating this mantra clean in your mind over and over again. Just repeat it. I will repeat the mantra 3 times and stay silent. All you need to do is just repeat the same mantra, the sound of that mantra in your mind. Clean. Taking a deep breath. And I would see this beautiful screen in front of you, showing your new future. For every week you do this healing, you are creating a new future for yourself by healing your past. And every healing session, when you heal yourself, your future changes. And when I say future, it starts from this minute in your life. This is a new future that you are in. And what would you like to create? If it was completely your choice on what you want to create in your life, what would you create? And if there is no controlling force, if there is no destiny, if there is no rules and regulations and conditions, if you are a free spirit, with full freedom to create what you want in your life, what would you create? You are the artist. You have the paintbrush, and you can now paint your life as how you would like to be. And you have this beautiful blank canvas in front of you, and it is completely blank and white. You are the creator, and you can create it exactly as how you like. You can use the colors that you want, that you love. You can let go of the colors that you don't want, that you don't like. Nobody is there to control you. You have full freedom to paint this beautiful picture of your life. What would you like to create? And I want you to see this beautiful new future as if like a video in the screen in front of you. And I want you to see yourself monetizing your skills, taking back all your skills and talents and gifts and monetizing them by using it for service to others. See yourself using your skills to help others, to change others, to transform others, helping them transform their life, using all your skills and monetizing them by valuing yourself for your true value. And see your clients coming to you, paying you for the amazing services that you offer, for the amazing being that you are, for the love and compassion that you have towards them. And see all of that money getting deposited in your bank account. And see your bank account growing in number. For you have now realized your true value, your true worth, and your bank account would like to mirror the value that you project on yourself. And now that you have so much money in your bank account, what would you like to create? What would you like to gift yourself with all this money? And see yourself gifting yourself the beautiful house and the car and the amazing material luxuries. For you deserve it. You deserve to live a luxurious life, an abundant life. For you are truly abundant. Are you ready to love yourself enough to live this luxurious life? And see yourself stepping into that dream life, living in complete freedom. The freedom of choice for that what money represents. What does money mean to you? It gives you the freedom to live your life as how you would like. And see all that freedom as if this amazing artist creating your life, painting that beautiful picture on that canvas with full freedom. And breathe it in, breathe in that freedom and absorb it into every cell in your body, and absorb it into your energy field. And if this freedom has a color to it, what color does it represent to you? I see it as a beautiful green color. You might see it differently, and that's okay. And I want you to fill this beautiful color of freedom, true freedom, freedom to do whatever you want, whenever you want, however you want it to be. As if you have got this beautiful wings to fly. See this color spreading throughout your energy field, completely into this ball of light, surrounding you and inside you. And breathe in the freedom. How does it smell? How does it feel on your skin? What sound does it have? What taste does it feel like when it touches your tongue? For you have this freedom from now. And you get to choose everything in your life. Absorbing it completely, we are now getting ready to come back down with a feeling of gratitude in your heart, thanking guides and angels and gods and goddesses and the beautiful archangels and Jesus Christ and all other beings who came to bless us in this healing session. Receiving their blessings with full heart of gratitude, we are now coming down into the earth, into the building, into your body, and focusing in your feet and grounding you into the earth. See your energy going down into the earth, deep down, thousands of feet down into the heart of Mother Earth, and see it bounce back up and entering into your heart once again. Taking a deep breath. You can now slowly open your eyes when you're ready and stretch a little bit. Ooh. How are you all? You can drink some water and take some rest. Thank you. All right, thank you, thank you. Thank you. Thank you for your messages. Okay, I'm gonna let you go. Have a fantastic week. Thank you, dear. I'm gonna see you next week once again with beautiful, amazing, another book and all the lessons. Blessing you with lots of love. See you next time. Bye-bye.